Hi everybody, welcome to week 2 of piano lessons virtually. I hope you're okay and I hope you enjoyed last week. So that was a little piece, a grade 1 piece from this fabulous book Upgrade, which some of you will be playing soon, no doubt. And I sent you through a PDF again with some things to do this week for me. And the first page is all about time signatures. So that's something to do away from the piano, but hopefully now you're sitting at your piano or your keyboard, and the first thing we always do is we do a warm-up. Last week I showed you the keyboard. This week I'm going to ask you to do it by ear. So I'm going to start my metronome. Oh, that's fast. Let's go with that. 120. So this is a C. So see if you can find that note. Okay, all we're going to be using is our 5 fingers, C, D, E, F, G, just like normal in our first position. So let's go for it. I'm going to count you in for 4. You're going to copy, echo back after me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. There was one note I didn't play in that. Hopefully you can tell me what that one is. So I gave you a hint that it was quite high, that note, and hopefully your notes sounded the same. Okay, let's do the same with our left hand. So this time we're going to be playing C, B, A, G, F. So lots of my students get very confused that in the right hand the G is on a little finger in first position, and in the left hand the G is on the 4th finger. They're not the same, are they? Likewise, the F in the right hand is on the 4th finger, and in the left hand it's on the little finger, the 5th finger. Okay, and that's a little bit confusing because that feels like they should be the same finger, doesn't it? But it doesn't quite work out like that. So just have a little mess around and see if you can figure that out. Okay, I've changed the metronome now down to 100 beats per minute. And we're going to use our left hand. So here's the C again. See if you can find that. And here we go. It's going to be a little bit different this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Just a simple warm-up. So this time, obviously, I was rocking between 2 fingers. When I did my right hand, I was staying on the same finger, wasn't I? You could do that with your brother, sister, mums or dads, or whoever's at home with you at the moment, because all you need to do is to show them this butterfly with middle C's, sharing the thumbs on middle C's, and then you could just see if they could do that copy thing. You could do one for them. Don't make it too hard, though, because it's really difficult. So we've done our warm-up, and the second thing I asked you to do was to look at 12-bar blues. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Nice and simple. Let's have a go at what we learnt last week. So let's do quattro equals 100 again. Let's just do right hand. Find your C. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 3, 4. you to do it this week, hands together. So we're going to play the same thing in both hands, etc., and then up to Fs, back to Cs, up to Gs, Fs, Cs. I didn't play the whole piece again. When you do that, you're going to have to work in similar motion. So in your right hand, your thumb is going to be the C, but in your left hand, it's your little finger that's going to be the C. And then when you do the F, it's going to be second finger in your left hand, fourth finger in your right hand. And when you do the G, it's going to be a thumb in your left hand and your little finger in your right hand. That's called similar motion because your hands are going the same way. Some of the scales that you've already done, we've done in contrary motion because your hands are going contrary, they're going the opposite direction. But in that case, you do thumbs together, twos together, threes together, fours together, fives together. So the two different ways of playing the piano. So I would like you to play it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Join in. Up to Fs now. Ready to go to C now. And right up to G. F, back to C. Great. If you're feeling super adventurous and last week you worked on chords, you could do the same. So the chords in both hands, like this, etc. So you could play the chords that you worked at last week in both hands. Or you could swap it around. You could do the note in one hand and the chord in the other hand, or the other way around. Something like that. So there's lots of different ways you can try it. The most important thing is that you're playing exactly on that beat. That's why I keep using my metronome. I spend most of my time practicing with a metronome because it keeps my rhythm absolutely 100% in time. Great, enjoy that. Play along with the video on YouTube. Then I asked you to find a new piece. So hopefully you've done that and that you're playing all the right rhythms and the right notes, etc. I asked you to try it hands separately last week. So it might be that the tune just splits between the two hands and you've learnt that tune hands separately. Or it might be that you're playing your two hands together. Whichever your piece is, that's absolutely great. This week I'd like you to put it hands together. So you're going to have your hands ready at the beginning of the piece in the right position, even if one hand doesn't come in for a few bars. You're going to have your hands ready, and when one hand's playing and the other isn't, you don't take it off and put it on your knee or scratch your head or something. You keep your hands together. So some of you will know with my students I pretend that I've sellotaped your fingers to the keyboard so you can't move your hands away. You need to have your hands all the time ready on the piano. So keep going with that. If you're ready to, can you send me a video? Or could you upload it to Flipgrid? I've sent you the links to that and we'd love to share that. Please ask parents' permission, but you could have a go at that. If you're really super clever, you could do some of these multi-screen videos that have been flying around in this lockdown. Musicians are having a great time. So there's one really good app called Acapella, but there's lots and lots out there where you can film yourself and then film yourself doing it again. So you could do one version down here, and then you could do another version up here and play them together and have two of you or three or four or something to make it into a great multi-screen video. So good luck with your piano piece. And the last thing I would like you to do is some theory. So this week it's adding time signatures. I want you to remember, just like the first page I gave you in your PDF, that a time signature has to tell you how many beats are in the bar and what kind of beat they are. Is it a crotchet or a quaver or a minim or a semi-breve? So that's a clue to your first page and also your last page. How many beats, what kind of beat they are. So good luck with that. So I'm going to finish by playing a piece for you called Fur Elise. It's the piece that most of my students throughout the years that I've been teaching have wanted to play. Everybody wants to play this piece. So I hope you enjoy it. Here is the opening section to it. I'm going to lower the camera so you can see my fingers. Okay, see you next week. Bye.